Hey everyone and welcome to this video. In this video, I'm going to show you how you can design and animate this UI in Adobe After Effects. This was a requested topic, so let's get started. Alright, so here we are inside of Adobe After Effects and now let's begin. So I'm going to start with making a new composition. The width and height is set on 1080 by 9020. The frame rate is set on 30 frames per second. And I'm going to call it main and let's hit OK. Alright, so on the first step, what I'm going to do is that I just need to add the background. So in Assets panel, I'm just going to drag the background in here. And let's scale it around here. It's good. Now let's go and design the first set of the UI that we want to do for this animation. So I'm going to bring the color palette that I have and let's just rescale it a bit down here. So I'm gonna go towards the rectangle tool and I'm gonna set the stroke on 1 pixel and let's just get the color from here and I'm going to draw a box like this. Alright, this seems good. Now on the next step we need to just round it a bit, something like this. So this is going to be base of our shape. Now on the rectangle tool again, so let's just call it base. We are having a lot of layers in here. I'm just going to draw a sort of a rectangle like this and let's just set the roundness on 50 as well. Let's turn off the stroke and this time I'm going to use the color palette and I'm going to get the gray color. So this is going to be sort of the placeholder. And then I'm going to add the Apple Music in here. And let's just turn down the Apple Music to here. All right, this is good. All right, now on the next step, what we need to do is that we need to sort of add the text for the music. So I'm gonna start with the songs that I like, which is Love in the Void by Hammock. And I'm just going to set the font to a bold one. And let's just increase its color, increase its size, I'm sorry. And let's just also get the color and I'm gonna duplicate it. I'm gonna just write the artist name and let's just turn down its font weight to, let's say a light one. And let's decrease its font weight as font size as well. So this should be good around here. Now let's design the bar on the next step. So we can just go towards the pen tool. Let's turn off the fill and let's just set the stroke to 5 pixels this time. And from here to here, I'm just gonna draw a line like this. Let's just set it on 7 pixels and let's just set its type on round. And I'm just gonna call this one a gray bar. And I'm going to get the color from the color palette that I have in here. Okay, this seems good. And now I'm just gonna duplicate this one. And I'm gonna call it the white bar. Okay, this is good. And now let's just get the white color. Great. Now what I'm going to do is that I'm just going to design a small indicator in here. So something like this should be good. And let's just get the white color from it. And let's just align it exactly in here. And this should be good. All right. Now let's just go towards the time in text tool. And this time I'm gonna just start making the time steps sort of. So let's just push it a bit down around here. And this should be around, let's say like 6 minutes. So, all right, this is good. Now, in order to animate this number, we're gonna get to it in a second, and I'm gonna show you how we can just easily animate these numbers. But on the last step, what we need to do is that we need to add the buttons. So to do that, I'm just gonna go towards the rectangle tool And let's just grab the gray color, and in the middle I'm just gonna design the stop button sort of, and let's just, this is the stop button, and I'm gonna just place it in here. Now I'm gonna go towards the polygon tool, and I'm gonna draw a triangle like this. However, let's just also give the button a bit roundness, about 5 should be good. And also let's just add round corners in Animating UI for the, this is going to be backward, right? So let's just also round these corners. For some weird reason it doesn't work, so let's just, you can just delete that, and let's just try with the star tool. Okay. This seems good. Now let's just place this anchor point in here. And by pressing R, revealing rotation, I'm gonna just rotate it for 90 degrees. And now what I'm going to do is that I'm just gonna duplicate it. I'm gonna place it in here. Okay, this seems good. And let's just align it to here. So I think backwards should be reversed. So let's just go towards the transform, and let's just hit the flip vertical, and let's just place it in here, duplicating them one more time, and I'm gonna place them in here, and let's just set them on vertical like this. All right, this seems super good, super nice, but we need to work on alignment. Right now these are not really aligned, so we just need to make it a bit better. Okay, this seems super good now. Now what we need to do on the last step is that I'm just going to select everything, and I'm gonna pre-compose it, and let's just call it the music player. And I'm gonna go towards the music player, and I'm gonna draw a region of interest around the player. And with the layer selected, I'm just gonna go to composition, and I'm gonna select trim crop. I'm gonna select trim comp to region of interest. All right, so I'm gonna replace it in here. Okay, so this is the first player. Now let's just go towards the music selection. So I'm gonna go towards the pen tool. Let's turn off the fill, and then let's just set it on 1 pixels. And I'm gonna get the white color palette again in here, and let's just draw a line like this in here. So this is going to be a straight line that we have in here. And now on the next step, again, we need to do the same action. So I'm gonna call this one line, and let's just turn off the stroke again. And in the fill section, I'm just gonna get the gray color, and let's just go towards the rectangle tool. Let's just draw a rectangle, and I'm just gonna use the ruler so we can have everything aligned. So let's just set it on here. So in that way, it's gonna help us to align them better. Okay, this is good. And let's just turn it around a bit. And then as usual, let's just bring back the Apple Music logo in here. So, and I'm just gonna turn it down. Let's just set it on middle. Great. Now we can just add the text again. So let's just add the music again. I'm just gonna, and let's just bring the text. So for the sake of tutorial, so we can be faster, let's just copy and paste these and bring them in here. So we're just gonna use instead so everything is done, and now we're just gonna also, let's just call this one placeholder, and now let's just pre-compose everything, and let's just call it the music selection. All right, and now let's just get back to it. Again, select the region of interest. Let's just get rid of this guide layer first. Let's select it again. And again, composition. Let's select crop comp to region of interest. Great. Now let's just align it to here. And I'm gonna just tree should be enough. Great. So this is the entire design that we have, and we can just delete this one and we can just push them a bit towards center. We can now add more layers if we want to. All right, let's just select everything and let's just fix the distance. Great. Now what we need to do on the last step is that we need to sort of add the magnifying effect. Well, to do that, I'm just gonna bring the cursor in here and let's just change its fill to something desirable. Let's just bring back the palette one more time and let's just get the pinkish color from it. All right, now I'm gonna descale it like this. Okay, in order to create that magnifying effect, it's super simple. All you need to do is that you need to add an adjustment layer, and I'm gonna call it magnify. Great. Now on the next step, this is really important. If you don't do this step, otherwise it's not gonna work. You need to push the adjustment layer beneath the cursor layer, and I'm gonna add a transform effect to control the transform. But before that, we need to go towards the mask tool, and I'm gonna draw a mask roughly about here. And the reason for that is when we want to apply the magnify effect, we just want this effect to happen inside of this mask. So what I'm going to do is that I'm just gonna press P to reveal the position of the cursor. And also I'm gonna press P on the magnify to reveal its position, and I'm gonna hold Alt to set an expression, and I'm going to use this pick whip to pick whip the position of the magnifier to the position of the cursor. All right, also what I'm going to do is that I'm just going to position a set expression for the position of the transform, and I'm going to pick whip the position of the transform to the position of the cursor, same as the anchor point of the magnifier to the position of the cursor. So now wherever this cursor moves, the magnifier effects should move with it as well, but unfortunately have messed up these. So let's just repeat this section one more time. I accidentally parented to the, I think I parented to the position of the cursor by mistake. So this should be it. All right, now let's just adjust the magnifier. I don't want to sort of change the expressions, so we can just use this. And now what you need to do is that you need to increase the scale. So as soon as you increase the scale, you'll see that we will have that magnifier effect. So let's just set it on 120, and let's just now scale this magnifier. Great. Now, if we want certain layers to don't get that magnifier effect, we can just push them above the adjustment layer. For example, I don't want that music player gets affected by the magnifier, so this is why I'm just gonna push it above the magnifying layer. So what I'm going to do is that I'm just going to press P to reveal the position, and I'm going to set a keyframe for the position. And then I'm just going to go one frame around, like, let's say about 50 frames, and I'm going to push it down like this. And let's just set the easings on 75%. It's just great to see that we will have that magnifying effect. But however, let's just get back to the music player and let's just animate these bars along with the numbers. So I'm just gonna go towards the white bar, and in Add menu, I'm just gonna select trim path. Now with the trim path selected, I'm just gonna set it on 0. And around, let's say around 3 seconds, I'm going to push it towards 100. Now I'm going to select the indicator, and let's just press P to reveal the position. I'm gonna push it in here, and when it's in here, I'm gonna set it to here. So as you see, we have a gap, so we can just easily fix that by shifting the keyframes. All right, this is good. Now let's just animate this number. To do that, we're just gonna go towards the browse presets, and this will open the Adobe Bridge. We are going to select the text, and in number counters, we are going to select the timer counter. All right, now first thing that we need to do is that we need to turn off the show labels. Let's just change the time format to minutes and seconds. And let's just bring a ruler because I think the position has changed. So we just need to offset the position a bit like this. And now we're just going to press U. Let's just turn down, and I'm gonna set it on 0. And when it's in here, that actually should be like 6 minutes for 45, but so this is going to be 6, and then we need to 60 minutes. So all right, so let's just animate it. So you see that we will have that nice animation like this. All right, so this was how we can just make this animation. And now we can just get back to the last frames. After a short break, we're just gonna repeat the same process. So here's the final result, and I hope you have enjoyed this video. If you have enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave out a like and subscribe to the channel, as it would help me out a lot. Thank you so much. Goodbye.